Hello, everyone, and welcome to our European Ringing Cedars community call today. It's wonderful to have you here. Great that you join us. And before we start, I would like to inform you that this session will be recorded for the benefit of others. And it will be later posted on YouTube as audio file so that other people who are not able to join us live have also the possibility to listen to the recording later. I think you have to confirm that you agree with it. So maybe while we are waiting, a couple of words about us and about the Anastasia Foundation. So my name is Agata Janik, and the Anastasia Foundation is a community of Ringing Cedars readers, and we want to connect people from around the world who love the books, who love the idea of Anastasia, and because we know there are so many people who read the books, love the books, and they don't have community to share, to exchange, to connect, of course, when they want to build domains, King's domains. So this is the idea behind it, and of course much more. It's just the beginning. So welcome you, all of you, and great that you're here with us, that you want to spend the next hour and a half with us. So maybe one of you or some of you, it's always nice when we have a little introduction, that we can introduce ourselves and say a little bit about ourselves. Some of you I know already because you have joined us before, but just the new of you maybe want to say hello. If not, if you prefer to just sit back and be relaxed, it's fine too. We have no strict rules in these calls. It's really just intuitive, and we just speak about topics that are interesting for us, that we want to share, or our experience. It's really open for everyone. So I see Lavinia, you want to say hello. How are you doing?
Hi, I'm glad that I can again here with you.
Join,
yes. And I've prepared 2 or 3 questions. Last time I was quite new to everything, so I took a little time for me to inform myself, but now I have prepared
very good
vision for the meeting.
This is very good, because this is all we want to share. We want to share, we want to discuss, we want to inspire each other. This is the goal of these meetings, and of course connect, because we know many of you want to connect to each other and create space of love, your own space of love, or maybe just have a spiritual fellowship, which is also beautiful and important, I think, especially now. So there are no rules. We also, I see others of you who I know. Johanna, hi, you want to say hello?
Hi, hello to everyone. Yes, for those who don't know me, my name is Johanna. I live at my grandmother's home in the mountains, mountain region in the Alps in Austria, and my dream is to build a family. A kin domain for me and my future husband. I haven't found him, but I'm sure I will. And yes,
he is somewhere in the space waiting for you.
Can you repeat? I didn't understand.
I say he's somewhere in the air, in the space waiting for you.
Yes. So. I know, I'm just not very patient at the moment.
No problem. It's, everything comes in the right time. Maybe first you will make some other experience and prepare your space of love, and then he appears. You never know. Everything is possible, and that's.
And of course, I can use the time to prepare myself to be the best wife will possibly be able to be. And yes, you know what I mean. Just to prepare myself to be ready.
Yes, it's wonderful that you in your young age already know what you want, that you have a clear vision. This is very important. And the earlier we know what we want, we realize, the better. Yeah, so you can better create your future and, you know, manifest your dreams and your desires. And it's wonderful that you have a clear vision. Yeah, we have other guests on our call today. Yes, hello. Martin, what's your name? Is it Martin? Do I spell it the right way? Pronounce? You are muted. Could you unmute yourself in the left corner because we can hear you?
Okay.
Oh,
Hi. It's Martine Algier. I'm so happy to be here and thank you. And I'm going to try to maybe move down to my office where I have better lighting because this lighting is terrible in this little room that I'm in right here. So I'll probably turn my video off because I'll need to be moving around if I can rearrange things. Anyway, thank you so much. I read the Ringing Cedars books some decades ago and rereading them now with my daughter. And we are in Missouri. We recently moved from California to Missouri. We don't have the land yet. Hey, Maitreya, the Ringing Cedars on. And maybe she'll come in. And we're both hoping to connect with some people who have land where we can build a kin domain.
Mm-hmm. I see. Great.
Thank you.
Wonderful that you join us. Even, I don't know, what time is it where you are, Missouri?
It's the morning. It's about 8, it's about 9 o'clock in the morning.
Okay,
yeah.
I see.
Well, thank you so much. And I'm going to turn my video off because I'm going to be moving around trying to set things up better and get my breakfast. But I'm tuning in and listening and I'm with you all very much. Thank you.
Great, wonderful. And when you want to say something, you know, you can also speak without camera, how you feel when you want to share something or add something. So feel free, how it's fine.
Okay. And I'll mute myself now so I don't get the noise. Okay, thank you.
Okay, great. Thank you for being with us. It's wonderful to have you here. Okay. Yeah, so anyone else would like to introduce yourself and say hello a little bit, or you prefer to stay in the background? I will just wait a couple of seconds because I think it's always nice to connect when somebody feels like this, that everyone is involved and everyone can be a part of this conversation. So if you want to say something, just unmute yourself.
Yes, hello, can I say something?
Yes, hello, Daniela. Hi.
I have to check my camera because I think...
So hi.
Okay, yes, hello.
We can see you.
Yeah, very nice. So hi, my name is Daniela, as you can see also. I'm German, but actually I live for many, many years. I live in Crete.
Oh.
And yes, of course, I have read the books of Anastasia. And since then, of course, it's also my wish or my vision to have a family,
This domain.
Mm-hmm. Yes, as domain for me and my family, my kids, and hopefully my grandchildren later on.
Mm-hmm. Wonderful. We have here often on our calls Nikos, who's from Crete too.
Oh, very nice. Oh,
do
good.
you know him? No, or
no. I just by chance saw this link and I was very exciting. I said, oh, this is wonderful.
Great. Wonderful that you are with us. So Nikos is, maybe he will join us a little bit later. I don't know, because he comes often. He's from Crete too, and he's also a passionate reader of Anastasia books, and he already lives on his land and creates his space of love. So he has a lot of experience with gardening, and he's really very, very nice man, and we have always fun when we talk to each other. So maybe it would be wonderful when you connect to each other if you want to. We'll see.
Yes.
Yeah. How long have you been living in Crete?
Many years. My children are grown up, and my daughter lives in the moment in Germany. My son is still here. but for over 30 years I'm
Oh, okay.
Yes.
Okay, so a long time.
Yeah.
So you probably speak Greece fluent.
I speak, yes, I speak.
Oh. Is it language difficult? Is it difficult to learn?
It depends. I think if you want to learn it, you learn it quick also. And if you live in the country and you have people around you who speak the language, who speak Greek, then it's not so difficult, I think.
It's always a question of motivation, I think.
Yes. And when I came here, I also wanted to go to do my things alone. I wanted to go to the offices or to the town hall or something what was necessary. So I wanted to do this also alone and not to have all the time somebody near me who translate and this and this. And so I thought I think I learned it quite quick.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. Yes, this is. I think it is so important when we move to a different country that we are able to communicate with people, to speak the language, because otherwise it's difficult. And I know it from myself. I'm from Poland, so I grew up in Poland, and then I moved to Germany like 20 years ago when I was 20. And yeah, but already I spoke German, not as good as now, of course, and I saw in other people who didn't speak German how difficult it was for them to live here, you know. So I thought to myself, well, it's so important and makes life easier. Yeah.
Yeah, and you understand also the people much more better, the habits, the culture, everything.
Exactly. And it's so important to integrate, you know, to be a part of community, to be hard connected. So yes, that's great. Yeah, I love this course because they are so international. We have people here from different countries. Many of them moved already to different countries, and or some of them just have the idea, the desire to do it. And it's such a treasure because we all have something to share, our experience, and it can inspire others as well. So yes, it's awesome.
Yes,
Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you. And Chin Chuan, would you like to say hello? It's our guest. She is also many times here. I don't know if she wants to say something. Doesn't matter. We will wait. It's her free will. So we will wait.
Hello.
Hi.
I think my camera have some problem, so I cannot show my face.
Okay, no problem.
Yes, I'm Qi Juan Chen, and I'm Taiwanese and live in Finland for quite many years. I think it's almost 8 years. So I'm also reading the Anastasia book during this period. I was in Finland, and I really enjoyed that book and dream to build the King's domain in the future.
Yes. Are you going to stay in Finland or are you going to move somewhere else?
Yeah, I think it depends where I can find a job, because now it's almost it's my like a crossroad of my life. So I will need to think in what is my next step. But if I can find a job in Finland, then it will be good to just stay here or another European country. This I also want to explore.
Okay. So how is it with the language? Was it easy for you to learn the language? Because I heard it's very difficult.
Yes, it's indeed very difficult. I took some Finnish course, but just 3 semesters, but still I cannot speak fluently Finnish. Mostly, I think it's easier in the capital city. Almost everybody can speak English. So the daily communication always in English. So it's also reduced my opportunity to practice Finnish.
Are you in the city or are you somewhere outside?
I'm close to Helsinki, but actually nowadays I live a little bit outside of Helsinki, not in the core center. So the surrounding is quite beautiful and a nice nature, but still the people here can speak English.
I see. And you're studying, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah, wonderful. So it's quite an important and exciting time in your life, isn't it? Now you are to make the important decisions for you.
Yes,
Um,
exactly.
yeah. I can remember when I was in this age, it was also quite exciting. Yeah, it's always beautiful to make important decisions. Yeah, wonderful. So we have now our little round, and yeah, we have. Is there anything you would like to speak about today? Any special topic that's important to you? I know Lavinia has some questions, so she can now start maybe with these questions. But if there is something that it's important to you, or something that's maybe now you would like to express, or have questions, or just would like to share, it's of course about the books. But if there is something other, also from about nature, spirituality, or something that's important to you, we can also speak about it. So for me it's important that it's really open for everyone and different topics. So normally it works spontaneously. Oh, sorry, my chair is jumping a little bit. So yeah, we will see. So maybe we just ask Lavinia to start, and we'll see which topics or ideas she has for our today call, and then we just continue.
Thank you, Agata. I've observed that I am in our group the only one that has not Anastasia's books read. I've just begun with it. Maybe it would be very helpful for me, some suggestion. Vielleicht, which book shall I start? Or maybe that's not so important, the books to read 1, 2, 3. I don't know. I've just begun with the 10th book.
Oh,
I don't know. It was just a feeling, but that's very important for me. The ones that have all the books read, every suggestion is welcome. I've read a lot in internet about Anastasia Foundation and Kind's Domain, and yes, I'm interested in every experience with Kind Domain, and especially with, for example, school issues for the family with children, and also where I can find cedar products. So for example, cedar seeds or oil, so something like that.
yes.
Yeah, that's with school is very important for me, because I have a daughter, and we are thinking also to move in another country. It's not another country; it's my homeland. But I know that homeschooling is not recognized, and I want to know if someone has already the experience with this homeschooling, and which ways can I find not illegal to be, but also a better school for my daughter, when this is home. Yes, I think that was all for the beginning.
Okay, so first of all, maybe before we start with the discussion, I think it would be great when everyone who wants to gives impulses and ideas and how we see it all. But first of all, how did you find the books?
It was very interesting. I've since years I have a vision with what I want.
Okay.
So eigentlich my vision has myself brought to Anastasia, and you were the runner.
Okay.
So it's so.
Do you mean you saw it on Facebook, probably the invitation,
Yes.
and then you just decided to
Yes.
check what it's all about? Awesome.
Yes.
You're now in Germany, aren't you?
Yes, I'm in Germany. Yes, I've been here now for 6 years here. I've learned German language here. That was not easy at all. But now I've succeeded in my study to be recognized, and I'm working in my domain.
Mm-hmm.
But we in my family we have discussions that the future here schaut nicht so gut. We don't. I don't want to be pessimistic, but we don't see a very good future, and it's also very difficult for us, for example, a King's domain here to do, and that's why we are thinking, and we are looking for other solutions.
I see. Okay, so is anybody who would like to start with giving some ideas to Lavinia, who would like to begin? Just unmute yourself and begin.
I have several thoughts. Well, I can later put some links where you can find some cedar products in the chat. Those where I get them from, they are all from Germany, and though Germany people who import them from Russia and then send it out in the European world.
Mm-hmm.
And I can put them in the chat later. But for that educational thing, I know that Germany is one of the only countries where it's illegal to homeschool children. There are several countries, most of the countries you are allowed to homeschool them. But
only with there are a lot of conditions. So it's not allowed.
But,
for example, in Romania, where I want to go, it's also not allowed. Only when the children or the child is with difficulties, with learning difficulties.
What I wanted to go to is that mostly in the German-speaking countries, I know a guy who is called Ricardo Leppe.
Mm-hmm.
He, I don't know if you heard about
Yes.
him, but he really works a lot with the system of, I don't know how to say, making other ways for children to be schooled, and he also has groups for regional groups, as well as in Austria as in Germany. And you could go to the Telegram chat group, to the main group, and then to to his page. And from his page you will find the main Telegram groups, and then you can go even further into the region in these groups. And there are a lot of people out there who can help you with who have already walked through that. And I'm in an Austrian group, and they are really very kind and welcoming, and there are many people, but most of them don't want to be publicly shown, so it's difficult to find them in the first place. But if you know where to go first and then go through those connections, you will find the people in your region, also the people who know about the laws and so on in Germany, because as someone who lives in Austria, I can't really say something about the laws in Germany other than the general things I've heard someone talking about. That was something, yes, and then I will search out the links and put it in the chat. I think I wanted to say something, but it dropped, so I will say that later when I remember.
Thank you,
Okay.
Johanna.
Anybody else would like to say something to Lavinia? Okay, so maybe I will, of course, when you have ideas, you can still unmute yourself and add something to it. I would like to say maybe from my experience about the books. So I read them all and I know what they're all about, 10 parts, but I would suggest to begin with part 1. This is my feeling, you know, it doesn't have to be right for you, but this is how I began, because then you, of course, go step by step and see how it all develops, and the story and Vladimir and Anastasia, their connection and how, yeah, I think it makes sense to begin with part 1 and then continue. But as you said, you had the feeling, your intuition told you to start with part 10. Well, follow your heart, you know. Everybody is different. Everyone is on his own journey. So maybe for you, it's just the idea, of course, to start with part 10. Why not? For me, it's important to know, you know, how it all began and situation and how it developed. So that's why I prefer to start at the beginning, but there are no rules. As I say, do as you feel, because you are on your spiritual journey. You're not a newbie in the spirituality, so I think you know what you're doing and you will make the right decision for yourself. So this is, well, that's why I always say there are no rules and everyone is different, and you will find different things in the book than anybody else, because the great thing in Ringing Cedars books is that there are so many different topics and there are so many different levels that people resonate to quite different topics. That's so great. For example, I can say from my experience that it's amazing. I was contemplating it last few days. I have been contemplating it because most of the people who read the books, or people who I met, they are mostly interested in creating King's Domain, which is of course wonderful, which is a great goal, and it is of course something beautiful to create something for you and for your future generations. But to me it was from the beginning not the most important point. To me the most important thing was who is Anastasia and who is she and how to connect with her, how to learn from her, to become like her, you know, all this stuff. This is what I'm really drawn into. This is my greatest inspiration. But of course, the books have changed my consciousness, expanded it, because now I feel much more connected to nature, and I love gardening and planting and, you know, working with the seeds, and I mean, now I have here some tomatoes, they are growing, and now we have snow here in Germany again, so I think, oh, what I'm gonna do with them because soon they should go out because they are getting bigger and bigger. I probably started too early, you know. That was the thing. I should have waited maybe some weeks longer. but I was impatient and I wanted just to do it. And it's also learning, you know, it's also experience. So I said, okay, now I have to, see what I'm gonna do with them now. And I see how these books changed me in this way. So this is awesome but it was not my goal in the beginning. When I took the books, it was not my goal to create a Kinds domain or to, my goal was totally different. And now you see how things develop and how we grow with the books, how they change us. And that's why I love them. And there are also people who have totally different desires and goals, what they want to create, and with which topics of the book they resonate to. So this is why it's so amazing. And it's really interesting that you say you just started with part 10. You know, I would never start with part 10, but it's nothing wrong. It just shows how different we all are. And there is no right or wrong. Everything is great and everything is good.
I must also say I have part 10 and part 1. And I had to make a decision, and I've chosen part 10. And I've tried to look in internet for the others, but I want to have them in English, and I haven't found them in English.
Difficult, yes, I heard about it.
Then I've said now I remain with these 2, and I've just look in internet. Maybe sometimes, I don't know, I'll find them in English.
I think you can. I've been looking also. When I first read the books, I borrowed them one by one from a friend. And then some years later, I think maybe 20 years later, suddenly I felt I needed to read them again. It was all, felt like it was all fresh. And now I don't have all the whole set. I think we have 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, and maybe 6. And our library here is reluctant to spend the money to get them. And they also do not find 10 books. They only find 8 when they go on the web looking for them. But they are available through used bookstores online. And sometimes they're quite expensive though, $30, $40, $50. So right now we are just rereading the ones we've already read, and we find when I pick it up and I just start anywhere in the, it feels totally fresh to me. I'm learning something new each time, even though I've read them more than once. So I see it as a continuous unfolding of understanding, and her words are so transformative that anything that you read is going to be inspiring, I think. But I hope you can find them, and we too are looking, trying to find something affordable. And
Yes.
The translator, who is a person from Missouri, so we thought, wow, since he translated the books, you would think our local library would have the copies, but not yet. We're pushing for that.
Yeah, so to that maybe I would add something, because first of all, I have them. You can have them all as PDF when you want to from the webpage Anastasia Foundation. You can download them all for free, so you can have them really. Yes, that's the one point, and there are of course possibilities how you can transform them. Gabriel knows it exactly, so I can ask him and help you, or you contact him. I don't know if you are on the Telegram group. Are you there?
Yes.
Then you can, there is a software how you can then transform to a print version, and then so you can print them and you have like a book. This is the one way to have them. There is another way, of course, too. I don't know, there is a man who works with Gabriel, and he has the books. And he helps people to get them. He is quite generous man, and there is a way how you can get them as well in English. He's in America. So the best way is really to contact Gabriel and go on our webpage. I will share the link in the chat. This is really the best way. And then you can just send an email, or you can just contact me as well. I don't know if you're on Facebook or if you are, how we can connect to each other. You can write.
Can I say something? I just put the link in the chat where you
great.
can get all
Hi,
of
Mark.
it. I just put the link in the chat where you can get all of them for free as PDFs.
That's great.
And not only that, but there's a third edition of the first book that has things in it that you know the first and second editions don't have. So you can also get the third edition of the first book on this page. And you can just download it for free, and they're all there. And as I said in the chat, well, it's better to read the hard copy if you can, because electronics, you know, diffuses a little bit of the most subtle and best parts of it. But it's definitely better to read it as PDF than not read it at all. And they're all there for free for you.
Yeah, and you can print them. When you print them, then you have in your hand, and you know, it's not that expensive. And so, but also for you, Lavinia, can't you read them in Romanian?
Yes, but I don't know how good the translation is.
Oh.
So I wait. I will go to Romanian next week, and I'll buy from there, and I'm a little bit compare. And when I find the translation good, then I'll buy from there. But I don't know how, so I must
Check.
first.
I don't see the link in the chat. Does anybody have an idea how to make it appear? I have the chat up, but it's no link showing up.
Okay, when you click on the chat icon, what do you see?
Just the names of the people on the right-hand side.
Okay. Mark, can you send it directly to Martin? Can you do that?
I just sent it directly to Martine.
Thank you. Where
But
would I?
there's something, if you go down to the chat, that's bizarre.
Where would I find it? Directly to me? How? What in my?
In the
what?
chat.
And normally in the chat, when you open it, I can see it all.
I don't see anything to me or anything.
Did you click
Can you type in something? Can you type in?
I did. I typed in it, and the message did not appear.
I got her direct message.
Oh, you did? Okay.
And I sent you directly the link.
Oh, okay.
I don't understand why.
Or otherwise, maybe you want to share your email address and Mark could send you to you.
That would be great. Okay.
Would you do that, Mark, or shall I do that? You have.
Yeah, I can do that. I can do that.
Okay, great.
But let me ask this, Martine. Are you opening up the chat by going down to the bottom and clicking on chat?
Yes, that's what I did.
And you don't see any messages in there from anybody?
No, I just see the names, and I clicked on chat, and yeah, it just shows the participants. There must be a place to choose something that I'm not aware of.
I guess
But I don't see any. I don't see any other little options at all. And I've seen, I don't know. That's really weird. But if any, okay. Oh shoot.
I can see your email address, so you can type in. So
Yeah,
Mark,
okay.
I've got it.
But nothing else. Okay, well, thank you so much. I don't want to take up any more time with this.
Oh, it's okay. That's why we are here, to support each other. And if you want to have the link, you will get it.
Yeah.
We have time for you. No problem.
Okay. Well, apparently, it might be something on my computer that is weird. I just don't know. So, but if it can come to my email, great, because I'd really like to have that. Thank you.
maybe Mark can say when you have sent it to the email address so she can check, and then when we are sure that you got them, because
Thank you.
that's important to.
Okay.
So
I'm just sending it right now. It just went out right now.
great.
Thank you, Mark. Okay.
So, and I just wanted to say that it's totally true what you said, Martin, that, you know, you take the books after some time and you find new things. It doesn't matter how many times you have read it before, there's always something new, because we have changed, our consciousness is getting higher frequency, and then we see different things, and that's so amazing. Yeah.
I wanted to say to Lavinia that I think it's somehow beautiful that you chose the 10th book for the first, because it's about the daughter of Anastasia and the former life of the daughter of Anastasia. So it's kind of where all started, and then from somehow, and then it ends in the 10th book again if you reread it then.
Yeah, it's amazing.
Yes, I was with each side, I was wow. Wow.
You like this?
Yes. So,
Yeah.
I'm only waiting for the other books also, and I hope we can then more information share.
And I've bought the Russian copies too, even if I just learned Russian. So I can't really read a sentence and understand everything, so I have to translate them. But in that way, I've just started reading them now. In that way, I not only will learn the language better, but I will understand the words even better and more how they were meant, because I already am reading through the books, the German translation to it the third time, and now I know them or what's written in them. And if I now go to the Russian translation and read the sentences, and even if it's just a few sentences a day, and then some days later another few sentences, it's just such a deeper meaning in those words that I can find, first of all because I really need to go slowly through them because of the other language, and I have to go word by word and how those connect to each other because of the other language. That's beautiful.
Yeah, that's so much to contemplate on, you know. That's how I do it, you know. I told you I'm working now at book 6, yeah, that's the German version. And I started like, I don't know, 6 weeks ago, whatever. And I am still somewhere, but I don't read them now like from page 1 to the end, but just, you know, I just on random, I just open the book, and there's always something because I know already, I mean, what they are all about, so I don't need to know what comes next. But still, there are so many information and the frequency, you know, that's so amazing that you take it, and then I open it and I read, I don't know, like a couple of sides, 2 or 3, and that's enough. And then I have something to work on with. And the observation I have made is that, I don't know how you feel it, but to me is that I get feelings I have never known before, you know, beautiful feelings, or I forgot them, something from far past. That's how it feels, positive, beautiful feelings. And yeah, that's like a journey, something new every time. How do you feel?
It felt to me very similar the very first time I read them, because it was something what's written in those books, in all of them, is something I always knew when I was a child to be true, but I only had the feeling of that. And I always knew where I wanted to be in life, and that I wanted to I knew the feeling of how it would feel like, those feeling of a kinderdomain. But the closest picture in the outer world I could see was a farm. And the farm is nothing near to, if you really compare those, nothing near to a kinderdomain from the energy level of it. And so I always was confused of, I know that's the way I have to go, but it's not the right picture. And once I picked up those books, it was a funny story because they have been at a friend's home. The first book has been laying on the table, and the first time I thought I felt a connection to that book, but I think I didn't say anything. And then the second time I asked her, when I visited her, what's that book about? And she told me, and she told me just it's about a woman living in the Siberian taiga, and it didn't really resonate to me the way she told me. But then she presented that book on Christmas to me. She gave it to me, and I read it. And when I read it, I had the feeling of, that's exactly what I know to be true. It's exactly what I was feeling as a child. And I could, sometimes there have been things I didn't quite understand, and then a few pages later they explained that, and it was like reading and saying yes, that's it, yes all the time. It just felt so true and so beautiful. And yes.
Great. Yeah, how do you feel, other people who are here in the group? Would you like to share something, how you feel when you read the books? Do you have pictures in your mind when you read the pages, or do you feel a connection to somebody, or how does it feel? Okay. It's at the moment you all muted, so yeah. Yeah, I know it's quite a personal thing, so, and it's also not so easy to speak about, but yeah, to me it's so amazing because I have already read so many spiritual books, and some of them, of course, had a huge impact on my life and are a great inspiration to me. But yeah, this is quite different because I have never felt such deep feelings from like a yeah, different feelings that were somehow from the far past or something like this. And beautiful and new on the other hand. Yeah.
What you are saying means for me that I am on the right path, because what you, Johanna, say, and you, Agata, that's exactly. Although I'm just my first book, which is 10th part. I'm just feeling like that, and I just feel this connection. And I've experienced what you, Hannah, say, that I've always had this vision that the reality was not the same, and I didn't know how can I find the an answer in the reality, because what I visioned, it was this farm, but the farm is not the
Instrument.
correct answer. Yes, but I didn't know something else. So and yes, that's absolutely beautiful. And I've remained. Now I'm thinking of one thing that remained in my mind, that words don't mean nothing without what we are doing. And actually that's has a lot of meaning in our times, because yes, also in this Corona time, we need, my feeling is that we need a lot to do, and not so to think only, but to do, to take action and to move forward. So thank you for sharing.
So a great realization for you, and it's wonderful. I'm really honored and happy that you feel so inspired with the books, and that's, I had a little, I was a little runner for you to get them, so to come to this topic, and it's wonderful. So now you are going to create your kingdom, and you now know what your soul wanted to tell you, right?
Yes.
Showing you the pictures. Amazing. And now do you know now better with which part you want to continue?
I'll finish part 10.
You first.
Then I continue. I don't know which will be next, but for now I'll finish part 10.
Yeah. Just follow your heart. You will know. Your soul will guide you. There is no reason, to think much and do, but you will know, because, and that's the great thing, that you are so that you follow your heart, and you said, no, I don't start with part 1, I start with part 10. Yeah, so it's cool. Yeah. And we'll see where the journey leads you.
Yes.
Like everyone else of us, everyone is on his journey, and the books guide us and help us, and
that's true.
It's so beautiful. They nourish us, our soul, our spirit, and it's a great inspiration. How are you, Mark?
I'm wonderful, thank you. It's coming out to 9 in the morning here.
Where are you?
Santa Fe, New Mexico.
Oh, okay.
And as you personally know, at first I had hesitation of joining you guys because I'm not in Europe.
Oh.
But say your first name for me.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh. Agata.
Agata.
Do you know Agatha Christie, the writer?
Yeah, but we say Agatha.
I know, so tell Agatha. It's just the Polish version,
I prefer to say Agata.
Yes, feel free.
So Agata reassured me that I would be welcome here. So I woke up early. Usually my mornings are, sacrosanct, and I meditate every morning and every afternoon and every night before I go to sleep, 3 times a day, every day. And I do other things in the morning. They're my work time and all kinds of other things. So I may not be here very much, but this morning it was conducive for me to come here now, and I'm delighted to be here. I wanted to say that I know a woman who has read all 10 books 7 times.
Wow.
And I know a couple that has read all 9 books 3 times. And I personally am in my second read, because I only discovered them 2.5 years ago. And one can read them many more times in 2.5 years, but I personally haven't. I'm in book 2 of my second read. But I began working on myself at the age of 17. And I became personal assistant to Maharishi Mahesh Yogi, the transcendental meditation guru that the Beatles got into for a while. And I worked very closely with him for 5 years, and I worked with 4 other teachers as their student, And then I started to become a teacher in my own right to some degree. And then I stopped because I needed more inner work. And I started again in 2012 when a new meditation came to me I call the Love and Forgiveness Meditation. And I've written a little ebook about the Ringing Cedars books, that the title of which is The Hope of the World. Because if you haven't read the footnotes in the books, you may not know that Edgar Cayce, who was a very well-known prophet, seer, clairvoyant here in the United States, who died in 1945, twice 12 years apart, he said the hope of the world will come out of Russia.
Oh, amazing.
Nobody understood this, and he didn't explain it. And 25 years after he died, Anastasia was born in Russia. And 25 years after that, the first book started coming out. And in my world became the hope of the world. Because as we so eloquently have said here, really, the kin's domain, which is like a Garden of Eden for each family, is so far beyond the farm. And it's really so far beyond, the permaculture people's ideas of eco settlements. It's far beyond everything. In my world, it's helping the world ecology more than anything else and everything else in the world put together. And it's helping people more than anything else and everything else put together. And in my world also, the whole 60 years that we've just gone through of all the self-help work, all the meditation, all of the 12-step programs, all of the this, that, and the other thing, that we all are aware of. That was like step one of our new found awakening and healing and bringing heaven to earth. And the Ringing Cedars of Russia books are step two, because they contain not only exquisite, fabulous, eternal, wonderful, pristine spiritual knowledge and wisdom and practical processes, but they contain the outer way of bringing heaven on earth in terms of building a Garden of Eden for each family and having them be in villages and creating pristine oases on Mother Earth who responds to these things, just as they responded to the Dachniks that, that Anastasia wrote about, millions and millions of Russians going back to the land and putting their hands in the earth and creating gardens when the Russian government gave them free land for their little, country escape resorts or whatever you want to call them. So for me, it's a whole new wave of knowledge, wisdom, and creating the outer knowledge, giving the outer knowledge of how we can, build a Garden of Eden for ourselves on Mother Earth in conjunction with other people and creating communities of them. So for me, they filled in the gaps of what I knew I was missing. And, I believe we have everything within us already, but that it's submerged and unavailable. And that we need things to help reawaken them. So everyone has this knowledge, just as Joanna beautifully said, she knew, but they're to some degree, they're more available, and some degree they're less available.
Yeah.
And for me, a lot of it was not available. And finally, when I read those books, I felt complete enough, and that I had received so beautifully what I felt had been missing. And so I started to try to give that to people. And I'll put the link to my, Martine, did you receive my email? I'll put the link to my little ebook. And if you want to read it, you can. If you want to share it with anyone, you can.
Beautiful.
I didn't go into my email because I'm not sure. I was afraid I would lose the screen here if I messed
Yeah, we
around.
want to keep you. Don't go away.
And so I will look for it after this session. Thank you so much, Mark. And I would love to have you, whatever it is that you wrote as well.
Okay,
So thank you.
I'll send you that. And all my emails have my signature at the bottom, and my signatures contains both of my websites. So I'll put, I just recently did 2 online courses, 6-week online courses. I made them, we did them live, and then I made them permanent. So anybody can take them at any pace, at any time. But the 5th week of the first course was completely devoted to the Ringing Cedars books and to,
Wow.
Helping people appreciate them and hopefully getting them to read them. So for me, they're everything for me now. I mean, I totally love them. I totally love Anastasia and her son and her daughter. And I totally love the community I'm getting to connect with through, Gabriel's work and the Facebook page and the Telegram and all of that stuff. And, Ariane and Wyatt and Megan and, and Lauren Chu and all the rest of them, these beautiful, vibrant Canadians that have, come on board because Gabriel is living in Canada. So for me, it's a fulfillment and a completion, and really finding my tribe that I had never been able to really find before. And the tribe turns out to be tens of millions of people.
What about a kin domain? Are you involved in building a kin domain somewhere?
I never cared about money, and I never cared about career. All I cared about was the spiritual stuff and the healing stuff and my music and my writing and, the creative stuff. And so my total net worth is $2,000. So I don't have the wherewithal. As I said to Gabriel,
you have the gift.
Pardon?
You have the gift of wisdom. I got to say, I'm somewhat in the same boat. I'm going to be 80 in the next fall, and I think in terms of joining with people on the land, but I don't have money to buy land. And I feel that people like us who are elders, we carry a certain lineage of wisdom that is our responsibility to hold and to give, and it's needed in a community. So I don't know, for myself, I'm hoping that some people who have land will choose to include me and my daughter, even though we can't pay for the land. So I would, if I had the money, I would include you.
Absolutely.
If I had a piece of land, I would absolutely say, build your hut, or here's a a dome, or whatever it is you choose, and be part of the community.
Well,
I totally hear you. I totally agree.
Yes.
I told Gabriel that I was hoping to win the lottery so that I could buy a huge parcel and give, hectares away to 20, 30, 40, 100, 150, 200 people. but that's neither here nor there really ultimately. But if that were ever to happen, I'd be there in a minute.
Yeah, it can still happen.
Maybe so.
There's so much going on, and there are people who are wealthy, and Gabriel has contact to them, and some are willing to help and to support community. So just stay in contact. It's so important that we connect to each other, and so important that we just really are a part of the community wherever you are, and so I really encourage you, if you are not yet connected to the Facebook group or to Telegram, that you really do it, because then you get informed, you get information and connections, and there is always a way. And I agree totally that it's really so important that the older generation is involved, and that we have all the generations together, because there is so much to give, so much to share, and the children can learn so much from the elders, and the opposite, there is just sharing and love and giving. So yes, definitely. And this is what is the plan actually, that everyone is involved and everyone has some talents and can give something, and can just co-create beautiful, loving space. So Martin, I can just tell you, if you are not connected yet, that you do it. So because you get to know, you will know many new people, and we are just starting with the foundation. So there is really much to come. And you are in the USA, so you can get close connected to Gabriel, which is of course very good. He's in Canada now, but he is going to move to America back. That's his plan. I don't know when, but that's what he told me he wants to do. So it's not that he will stay forever in Canada. And
I'm open to going anywhere right now. It's been difficult relocating from California, where I lived for, I don't know, more than 50 years. But this little place that we have, it's only 1/8 of an acre, but what we're doing is doing the best we can right here, the two of us, to grow food and make it a space of love, with trusting that we're going to be shown what the next step is from this stepping stone here. And we expect to have just beautiful gardens blooming and it's already, we have lots of things planted even in this small space, and we figured out how to grow food right through the winter. And my daughter studied permaculture, so we're going to, connect with the community and find that land where we can settle for the long term.
Beautiful. How did you find the call today? How did you know that we have...
I'm connected through I connected to the website, and I don't really do Facebook much, but maybe I will overcome some of my resistance to Facebook and get on there. But I did find Gabriel and the community, and I haven't spent a lot of time in there, but I'll be doing more, definitely.
Okay. Yeah, I'm just asking.
He posted. It was sent out because I was on the mailing list.
Mm-hmm. Great. That's why I was asking that you are informed about the events, about the groups and so on. So it's easier for you to connect to more people. And I think it's so beautiful what you said, that and it really, we should put a great lot of attention to this, to connect all generations, because there's so much value, and we can learn from each other. So I am sure that the communities that will now start to grow, and there will be possibilities how people who maybe are not able to buy the land, that they will still get the opportunity to have piece of land and be involved and be a part of the community, because it is very, very important.
Even now, I feel like I like to, and I will do it, reach out to people who are forming communities to offer some of the things that I have that I could do online. Because years ago, when I was doing more focus on holistic healing and meditation practices and somatics, it occurred to me that the big piece that was missing in people that I was doing healing work with, the big piece that was missing in their lives was community. And so then thinking about it, I came to the understanding that part of the main foundation for being able to build a community was being able to work skillfully and consciously with conflicts. So I went very deeply into conflict resolution studies. And among the many things that I found was nonviolent communication with Dr. Marshall Rosenberg. And now it's a worldwide community of people teaching and living those principles. So as a certified trainer, I can offer trainings in those skills to people who are working to form communities so that they can have really conscious conflict transformation and conscious language. So that's something I will put out to make available. Just in a gifting economy too. I'd like to do it in whatever way works for people, if in terms of even beyond an exchange idea, just offering it as a gift and trusting that what I need will come back to me in whatever way is best.
Well, I am sure there will.
I wonder if anyone else is aware of and following Charles Eisenstein with this whole idea of the gifting economy or sacred economics. Anybody else discovered that?
I know him personally. He's spent.
You do? Oh wow!
Yeah, he spent some time in Santa Fe. And one of my teachers was a woman here in Santa Fe named Leslie Temple Thurston. She had an organization called Coralite, and she and him became very close. And he used to come and engage in some of the things that she was doing as well. So yes, I'm very well aware of him.
I think he's a great teacher and very much in harmony with the Ringing Cedars consciousness. And yeah, so.
We can't hear you, Mark, anymore.
I know, sorry. Can I ask a question? I just clicked Save Chat. And is that something that you only get after the meeting is over, or is it now saved somewhere on my computer and I don't know where?
Could be. I don't know exactly where it is being saved. But
It's not on my clipboard and it's not in downloads.
It's at my computer. I just tried it out. It's saved in the document folder. I'm working on an Apple computer, but maybe it's the same on your device too.
Oh, yeah, that was my question.
do you have Apple as well, or Windows?
Yeah, I have Apple.
Yeah, then
It's documents, then it's Zoom, and then it's the date of the order.
Yeah, I don't see it in my documents folder.
It just, when I clicked save the chat, there showed up chat saved, and then show in the, it's called Finde in German. I don't know if it's the same in English.
you have to have a folder called Zoom probably.
Oh.
No, it creates one. I hadn't.
Yeah, exactly. It creates the same in Windows. It creates.
Yeah, mine says show in Finder.
Yes,
Yeah.
and then you click there where it says show in Finder. You can click on that, and then
Yeah,
it
I've got
opens it.
I've got it. Thank you very, very much.
You're welcome.
This makes it much easier for me to email my links to Lavinia.
So you see, it's always easier in the team. Yeah, we can support.
Absolutely.
I wanted to ask you, Agata, if you know whether the forum on the website is up right now because the link on the homepage doesn't work to it. I can only go to it with the link on the website, but I tried to sign up for it and didn't get any answer mail in my mail where I can say that it was me that I signed up, so I cannot use that same email to create an account, or I can't actually visit my account because I haven't clicked the link in the mail I didn't get. And it wasn't in the spam ordner either, so I don't know what to do. And I tried to write to them but didn't get an answer, and it was a week ago, so maybe you know where I can go or what I can do.
Do you speak about the community platform?
Yes, Anastasia Foundation, about the website.
Yeah, where you go start here, you click on start here, and then you have the different things, and then you can you mean that you cannot create an account, right?
Yes, I tried so, and then it said it would send an email to my mail address, but it didn't. There was no email, not in the spam ordner, nowhere.
Okay, then good that you say that. I will forward it to Gabriel because he is the master of website. He created all. I am not that good in that either. So I did it one time when I opened my account, and since then didn't do it again. So I have no idea why it doesn't work, but it's strange because yeah, we want people to log in. So I will ask him to check if there is something wrong or why you are not able to do that. Yeah.
Thank you.
Yeah, I just wanted to say to Mark that it's not, when we speak about European community call, it doesn't mean that it's only for the European, but it means that it's for the European time zone, you know, because there are people who are not able to or don't want to watch the American community call because it's like here for Germany, for example, like 11 p.m., you know, when it starts, and it's on Sunday, so people have to work and so on. So that's why we created also for the European community. Of course, it's important to connect Europeans, but everyone is welcome, and it's always beautiful to have guests from all over the world. So just know that you are always welcomed. And it's wonderful to have you here.
Thank you so much. Like I said, it probably won't be that often that I appear because it's not the most conducive time for me. But I will come when I can. And I can't help but wonder where Chi-Chuan is. But, you know, that there doesn't have to be a response for that.
What do you mean? I didn't understand you. Say it again.
There's someone here who's not showing themselves.
Okay.
And who is shown as Chi-Chuan.
Yes, I know her. She's
where is she?
Yeah, she's here, but she just switched off her camera. But
she's in Germany?
No, she's in Finland, but she's a part of our community, and she is often here, joins our call, and yeah, we have beautiful sharing. So it's not that she just doesn't want to show herself, but she just decided to switch off her camera. She had some problems with camera, I don't know, whatever. But you know, it's also important that everyone can feel free. Not everyone wants to be shown, or somebody maybe is doing something else and just listening. So it's important that everyone feels free.
So you may have done this already. In some of the meetings, we type in where we are beside our name so that everyone can see where everyone is from. But if you haven't done this, can we just go around and everyone say where they are?
Well, we have actually done it before, but you were not there. But no problem. We can do it again. It's really
no, you don't have to.
Yes, we will do it for you. Why not? I am in Germany, south near Munich, so in Bavaria. Yeah, everyone speaks for himself, herself.
And I'm in Santa Fe, New Mexico, USA.
Yes, I'm from Austria, from the Austrian Alps in the mountains.
Beautiful. Is there a little town?
It's, well, maybe it's a little village where I live in, and the next town is Mariazell. It's a famous Christian town for Austria, but it's not famous for the world.
For
maybe.
skiing. You know, Austria is famous for skiing here in Europe, you know, so when somebody says he's in the Alps, then everyone has picture in his head skiing. So.
Well, we have gotten about that much snow overnight.
Yeah, we have snow too, even in Bavaria. I am close to the Alps, but not in the Alps, but still we also got some snow, and I am not that amused about it because as I said before, my tomatoes are growing and they want to go out, but now it's not possible. So I have a little challenge.
And could you just say the name of that Christian town again?
It's Mariazell.
Maybe you can type it in the
Yes,
chat.
I will type it in.
Yeah, then we have other guests from.
I'm living now in Germany also, but I'm coming from Romania. And in Germany is near Passau.
From Romania?
I'm coming from Romania, yes.
My mother's family was from Romania.
Yeah. Okay, I just lost the darn thing.
Martine had chat and now she lost chat?
I lost, can you guys hear me?
Yes.
Okay, because I lost the screen. It slid off to the left when I did something, and now I can't see anything, and I can't unmute myself or turn my camera on because the whole screen disappeared. I tried to go back to relaunch the meeting, and it wouldn't launch. I tried to quit Safari and turn everything off, and that didn't work. And so I'm sorry. I may turn my computer off and try to start again completely fresh, but if you don't hear from me, I don't know. I mean, just
Hold on.
You don't have to switch it off. Mark can guide you maybe.
I think I might be able to guide you because you're still in the meeting and we can still hear you.
Exactly.
But the screen just slid off to the left, and there's nothing to pull. You know, I can't pull something down, or
Do you have a mouse or a touchpad?
I have a touchpad on my Mac. Oh, there you are. Oh, I just
You see, Mark did it with his energetic power, with his thoughts. Mark doesn't have to do anything, just with his thoughts.
Actually, what I did was I clicked on the little Zoom icon, and the screen came back. Wow. Okay.
There you go.
Wonderful that you are back. So you actually didn't disappear. You have always been with us, but you didn't hear us. Yeah.
So I already said where I am. I'm in Willow Springs, Missouri. It's a lovely little town in the rolling hills of the beautiful Ozarks. And I landed here because someone gave my daughter a house here, and she really needed some companionship because it's a whole different culture here than what we're used to in California. And it's very beautiful. There's land available here with lots of water.
Wow.
California is now in perpetual drought, and with all the mandates and all the California rules and regulations on the shot, which I will not call a vaccine, we really were glad to get out of there and be here where we see people's faces and the kids are not wearing masks and people are hugging each other, and for us it's a space of freedom, and lots of people homesteading here. You can buy land and you can.
Is it expensive land there?
Well, compared to California, it's practically free. I mean, but you can definitely buy land for $3,000 an acre. You know, people have houses available, beautiful old farmhouses. The the soil is not very good. You really have to know how to build soil, how to compost and create soil. But the water is plentiful. And if you know how to compost and build soil, then you can create, hopefully, we're going to create beautiful gardens. But yes, there are homesteaders here, people that we know building straw bale cob houses and a very welcoming atmosphere. So.
Doesn't Wyatt live in Missouri somewhere? Or one of those people lives in Missouri?
I think Wyatt sounds familiar. I think I sent him a message and maybe didn't hear back. I'm not remembering now, but yeah, that's familiar. I think he is in Missouri.
Yeah.
Yeah, could be. I don't know it, but I could be. Yes. Yeah. So maybe you can get in touch with him and.
Right. Right. There are Russians here, or maybe they're from Ukraine. I don't know. I heard a woman in the store recently speaking Russian, and then someone else told me, yes, there are Russians here and people from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm. Do you get the refugees too or not?
I don't know yet. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
And as far as whether or not they know about Anastasia, we'll see. So.
Yeah, interesting. We are getting many of them here in Europe, so the situation is, not really getting better. We will see. We had last call conversation about it, so if you are interested, you can watch the recording of our last community call. It's on YouTube available. Then we were talking about this topic. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And Martine, I have to say, even though, again, in the footnotes of the book, the footnotes of book 1, John Woodward, or whatever his name is, the translator, tells us how to pronounce Anastasia in Russian. Nobody does. Almost nobody does. You and I think, it blows my mind because for me, I'm such a word person.
Okay.
But for me, to call her Anastasia instead of Anastasia or any of the other pronunciations I've heard, it's a profound thing for me personally. It kind of warms my heart. And, my Russian pronunciation may not be excellent, but at least to get it, to get it close to being right, is a very precious thing to me. And in the footnote, it says, think of the phrase Anastasia.
Beautiful.
See ya on a star. I'll see you on a star. And of course, there's no R, so you can drop the R. And I tried to listen to Vladimir saying it, and he says how to pronounce Vladimir as well. And he says how to pronounce Magret as well. And nobody pronounces Magret or Vladimir right either. But Anastasia rhymes with Maria. And that's how the Russians pronounce it. And of course, it's probably much easier and makes more sense to let everyone say Anastasia, because that's when everyone who speaks English know. But I had to acknowledge you and thank you for.
Очень хорошо. Я люблю русский язык.
Wow.
I said, very good. I love the Russian language.
So how well do you know it, and why did you learn?
Well, I spent back in university, I spent a year, 2 hours every day studying Russian. I loved it. And I could read it and write it, but I got very lost in the declensions, which seemed extremely complicated. So I won't really say that I speak it, but I can say a few things like "не понимаю немного," I don't understand very much, and which is essential. I think so I would love to learn more, but I've lost a lot of it now. I'd have to go back and probably start right at the beginning. So.
Awesome. You are the first American that I hear speaking Russian. Because normally Americans don't have to learn any different languages because everyone speaks English or it's easier. So yeah.
I love languages. I would say I can probably sing and pray in at least 8 languages.
Wow, that's really awesome. Yeah, and I
It
always,
doesn't,
yeah.
it doesn't mean have a conversation, but a conversation with God, maybe.
Yeah. Awesome. Oh, guys, it's really a nice round here with you. We're coming now to the end with our time, as I see. So yeah, it's really awesome to have this conversation because it's every time different and every time we have new people coming in and new energies. I really love it. So yes, I really enjoy it, and I think it's great that we are all here. And Daniela, would you like to say something? You are quite quiet today.
Yes, I'm the first time, so I'm listening. More listening. Can you tell me maybe the name of your Telegram channel? Because I found you just in the last minute by chance. Okay, maybe it was not by chance, but so I don't know something about your foundation, the community.
Okay, can you? There is a link on the chat with the Anastasia Foundation, so you can find there everything. But
yes, Anastasia Foundation. Yeah, okay.
Can you see the link?
Yes, I have some problems with my I don't know what's, yes. Mm-hmm.
Because when you click on the web page, then you find everything, you know, the Facebook group, the Telegram chat, our community.
Very nice.
So then you can choose for yourself. And it's really good to be there because you connect to so many people and it's really fun. So yes. Well, now, yeah, so it's really cool that you are here. And I hope you enjoy it.
Yes, of course. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah. I just would like
and
to...
Daniela, where are you?
I'm from German. I'm German, but I live in Greece, on Crete.
Wow.
Nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Where in Greece?
Sorry?
Crete.
Where is Greece?
On the island, Crete.
Which island?
Crete, yes.
Oh, Crete.
Yes.
Wow. Cool.
That's why she's laughing all the time, because she lives in the sunshine.
In the sun. Yeah, now we have sun. We had also very bad weather, but now we have sun. It's sunny again.
Beautiful. I see that now we have a new man, Wolfgang, who came in. I don't know, Wolfgang, if you would like to introduce yourself. We're actually coming to the end with the meeting, but if you would like to say hello and to the group, feel free. Just unmute yourself and say something. If you prefer to stay in the background, it's fine too. So just like your wish. Just wanted to say that we see you, you are with us, and it's wonderful that you came, even if it's not for that long, but still thank you for coming. Okay. I think Wolfgang prefers to listen at the moment, which is fine too. So yeah, guys, I just think we are coming to the end. So it was really wonderful. I would like to invite you to our next, so these meetings are always twice a month, every other Sunday, always in the same time, and it's always the same link. But we do additionally meditations, manifestation meditation. So if you are interested to do it with us, it's really awesome to connect with the group and just to do some spiritual practice for those of you who like to do that in the group. Not everyone likes it, but some people like it, many people like it. So this is next Monday, we will have our next meditation. There is also info about it on Facebook and Telegram channel. On the webpage, there is a calendar, event calendar, so you can check there all the events at Anastasia Foundation. But it would be wonderful when you come, because it's always beautiful, deep spiritual experience. And I will be doing different meditations to different topics. The next one will be about manifesting. If you would like to check the other one we had, it's also on YouTube available, so you can just listen to it and see, do I resonate with it or not? just feel free. I just wanted to mention it and to invite you.
What time is it?
It is European, so European time 6 p.m. So I don't know what time it
Middle
is.
of the night for us. So that's all right. I often wake up.
For you, it will be probably
in the morning.
something about midday or something like that. Because you are like 7 hours back probably. So when here is
I think it's
6 p.m.
It's only the meditation, Agata, or there is also something else?
On Monday?
Yes.
Yeah, on Monday it's actually meditation, because then we want to have spiritual practice and then we don't talk much, just not to disturb the
okay.
space.
6 p.m.
How long is it?
About 40 minutes, 1 hour, something like this. So actually we wait first like 5 minutes in the beginning and then we come together and we do this practice. 1 hour. You can.
10 a.m.
I would love to join, but I have another meeting that starts at 6:30.
Okay, so
It's only, and maybe it's not ideal.
well, you can leave how you feel, you know. You just have to feel because everyone is muted, so you can do what you want. Otherwise, you can listen to the recording, because we will record it again. I will record it, so it's available anyway, so feel free. It's wonderful always to have you in our calls. So if you can join us, and everyone else too, but if not, it's fine too. You can listen later when you wish. Okay, guys, so I just say thank you very much for being with us today. Thank you for your beautiful sharings and your beautiful light you shared with us and everything you add to this conversation. It was, as always, wonderful, and I would love to have you next time, and we will continue. If anyone wants to say something, please do it now. Otherwise, I would close the call.
Thank you. Thank you.
you.
Goodbye.
I just,
See you all
I just-
again.
Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you all. You are wonderful.
Thank you.
You are all wonderful. And yes, have a wonderful evening, day, wherever you are, and see you soon. Bye-bye.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye. Bye.